What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man Chaz Ellis once again answering the questions that you asked me. Make sure you check out the ChazEllisProject.com, get a consultation or a quick question, or just make a donation to help us out. Also, make sure you check out the live stream. It's part 2 of Having Game. This is telling you how to ask questions, how to do it in the proper way to be able to get what you want, how to do it at the proper time to be able to get what you want. This is for people in all kinds of situations. Make sure you check that out. That's going on tonight. That's Sunday, May 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you check that out. Also, go to askchazzellis on Facebook. Check out some of the things I'm posting, videos, quotes, all kinds of stuff. Make sure you check that out on askchazzellis on Facebook. Anyway, people often ask me in consultations that I do with them, they say, how do you know so much about what's going on? How are you able to figure out what's happening and what's going to happen in the future with this person that I'm dealing with? How are you able to find all of this out? How are you able, some people say, man, are you reading my letters? Are you psychic or something like that? How are you figuring this stuff out? No, I'm not psychic. I can't say there are no psychics in the world. I don't know everything, so I can't say that. But no, that clearly is not the case. But I will give you a crash course in figuring out what someone else is going to do in the future. And this is pretty much something that I figured out over my life, and it's been how I've been able to do videos in the way that I do them, how I've been able, for some of y'all have done consultations with me and done quick questions. Some of y'all are always asking me, how am I able to do that? I'll give you a quick secret to that. What I do, and I've learned this over my life, is I take out judgment. And I'm going to tell you just a quick story about what I've gone through and what I've been through. I used to be one of those people who were a lot of people got over on me on a regular basis. I've been one of those people who, I've been a rebound before. I've been somebody who have done business with people who just really got over on me, just jacked me. I've been one of those people who have been in relationships and somebody just, took everything and bailed on a brother. I've been in one of those people who've been in that kind of situation before. Now, I would think at that time, oh, this is because I'm really stupid, or this is because this is a really bad person. And as I kept thinking that everybody else was really bad for what they would do to me or what they did, what I would notice is that the same thing would happen again with somebody else who I thought was way better. So what I started doing is I got myself to where I said, I'm going to stop judging people. I'm going to start looking at some of the things that I've done to other people. I'm going to take a real honest eye at what I've done to other people and why I did what I did and how I affected a situation and what may have caused them to do certain things to me. I'm also going to take a look at some of the things that may have possibly happened in their life to bring them to this position to where they felt like they needed to do these things to me. And when I did that, when I stopped judging other people, when I stopped thinking that I was too good for this and I would never do this and I'm better than this person and better than that person, I was able to start figuring out what a person was going to do next because I was able to put myself in that person's shoes. I remember finding myself in a situation where I was with a girl and I realized that I was a rebound. And this is early on for me even talking. I was like, wow, this girl is going to use me as a rebound. And the amazing part about it was I was able to deflect that so easily because I knew everything she was going to do next. I know some of y'all might have watched that video how to tell if you're a rebound. I was able to deflect every single thing that this person did was going to do next because I put myself in that person's shoes. I took every piece of what they had told me, every piece of the information that I knew about their life, and every piece of the information that I knew about what was going on with them before, and I placed that in a situation where I understood exactly what was going on and exactly what they would do next. So they couldn't catch me by surprise with anything. And I started realizing that when I deal with people, if I put myself in that person's shoes and take out all judgment, if I start putting myself in everyone's shoes and taking out all judgment, what ends up happening is you can predict what that person's going to do next with pinpoint accuracy. It's easy. It becomes easy to figure out what people are going to do. When you be honest with yourself and you say, look, here's what I'm doing in situations, and stop trying to assign blame. It's not blaming it on you. It's not blaming it on them. It's saying, here are all the contributing factors. When you do that and you say, here are all the contributing factors to this situation, and you take out all the emotion, anger, judgment, blaming, and all of that, it becomes easy to figure out what a person's going to do next. Finding out what's going to be the next step in that person's life becomes easy and simple. And for myself, that's kind of what I started doing. I started figuring out more and more about people. And that's one of the biggest things I tell you is, if you take judgment out, stop judging other people. Stop always saying, here's what I would never do. I'm too good for this. I've got morals that are too high for that. The thing is, you're just not in that situation. You haven't had the collection of things to happen in your life that puts you to a point where you're willing to do a certain thing. That's really all that is. If you realize that, pretty soon what will happen is you'll see things coming a mile away, because you won't be saying, oh, this person is too good for this, or oh, I know that this person wouldn't do me like this, or only somebody really bad would do me like this. Because what you'll realize is you can take a good person and put them in a situation and you'd be surprised at what they do. I mean, they'll do things that you would never even dream of just because they've been in that situation. There have been people who had to eat each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can sit here and say never, but you haven't been starving yet. It's easy to sit here and say what you would do and what you wouldn't do in a situation that you're not in. I remember I was talking to my friend one time, and he was dating a girl, and she actually had an abortion with his child, and he was really upset about the situation because she wanted to go to college, and she actually had, I don't want to tell too much about it because people know, she had a scholarship to play a certain sport, to go to college, and she ended up having an abortion because she just wanted to be able to get on and do her life, you know. And he was like, oh, I would never do something like that. She's the worst person in the world. She's blah, 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 blah. And even at that time, I was kind of like, you can't even get pregnant. You can't even have a baby, bro. What are you talking about? How do you know what you would do in a situation you could never possibly be in? And I mean, you know, it's just like a lot of women I talk to, like, oh, I would never not see my kid and blah, 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 blah. I mean, you probably would never find yourself in that situation, so you can't really say that you wouldn't do anything. What you need to do is figure out what set of circumstances can happen to drive somebody to do something like that. Then you're less likely to put yourself in that situation. Otherwise, you do end up being that person with 3, 4, 5 kids, 3, 4, 5 different baby daddies, and they all abandon you. Think about it. When that starts happening, you got to figure out, what am I doing that's putting myself in this situation? What am I doing that's making sure that I end up with a situation that's going to cause that to happen? I know people might get mad that I'm saying that, but this is what you have to do to start protecting yourself. Otherwise, you just keep being a victim. Myself, I found myself being a victim of things all the time, over and over and over and over again. So what I had to do was I had to start looking at me, and I had to start having to look at the situation as being, it isn't just about that person, it's about the circumstances. How can I start creating circumstances that don't lead to this outcome? And that's changed my life, and that's made it easier for me to be able to help others. So that's one of the biggest things that I do. It is a diet of the mind. It's something you have to practice and work on all the time. So hopefully I was able to help you out. Once again, make sure you check out the askchazzellisproject.com. Get that quick question, consultation, or donation. Also, make sure you check out the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, it's your man, Chaz Ellis. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video with somebody else. Peace.